The Galactic Council had marked Earth as a death world long before humanity ever reached for the stars. Commander Akeem of the Zephyrite Empire stood before the holographic display, her luminescent skin flickering with disbelief as she reviewed the atmospheric readings for the third time. Nitrogen and oxygen in those proportions? That's a combustion hazard, she muttered, her crystalline fingers dancing across the control panel. Her fellow officers nodded in agreement, their translucent forms shimmering with concern. Beside her, Science Officer Thax Azul extended one of his 6 appendages toward the data. Not just that, Commander. Look at the gravitational constant. 9.8 meters per second squared. Any civilization developing there would be crushed under their own weight. And the solar radiation, added another officer. Their star bathes the planet in Class C ultraviolet light, carcinogenic to most known species. Akeem sighed, her bioluminescent patterns dimming. Mark it as uninhabitable and move on. The survey is complete. That should have been the end of it. But 3 cycles later, a transmission reached the Zephyrite flagship, a message from Earth itself, in perfect galactic standard. Hello. We're humans from Earth. We noticed your scans. Would you like to visit? We'd love to have you over for dinner. The bridge fell silent. Akeem's skin flashed bright purple, the Zephyrite equivalent of shock. There's life there? Thax Azul's voice carried a tremor. Intelligent life, Akeem corrected, staring at the cheerful message. They're inviting us to their death world. Harry Chen wiped the sweat from his forehead as he surveyed the preparations at the landing site. The summer sun beat down on the open field outside of New Denver, and the heat shimmered off the asphalt in waves. He took a long drink from his water bottle and grinned at his co-coordinator, Sarah. Think they'll actually show up? Sarah asked, adjusting the welcome banner that read Welcome to Earth in 17 different languages, including the 3 galactic standard variants. If they don't, we've got enough barbecue to feed half the city, Harry laughed, gesturing toward the massive grills being set up. Either way, someone's eating well tonight. The response from the Zephyrites had been cautious, almost fearful. They'd sent pages of warnings about Earth's hazardous conditions and requests for detailed safety protocols. Harry and the first contact team had patiently explained that yes, humans lived there quite comfortably, and no, the oxygen wouldn't spontaneously combust. Probably. When the Zephyrite shuttle finally descended through the atmosphere, Akeem and her crew were sealed inside environmental suits rated for extreme conditions. As the ramp lowered, Akeem took her first steps onto Earth, every sensor in her suit screaming warnings. Harry approached with an extended hand and a broad smile. Commander Akeem, welcome to Earth. I'm Harry Chen, Human Ambassador for the First Contact Initiative. Akeem stared at the creature before her. He wore no environmental suit, just light fabric coverings and something he called sunglasses. His skin was exposed to the deadly atmosphere and radiation. He stood upright despite the crushing gravity that her suit's servos struggled against. How are you? Alive? The words escaped her translator before she could stop them. Harry's smile widened. It's home. Come on, let me show you around. Over the next hours, Akeem's understanding of possibility fundamentally shifted. Harry walked them through a garden where plants converted the toxic oxygen into more oxygen. He introduced them to a dog, a domesticated predator that humans kept in their homes for companionship. He showed them the ocean, explaining casually that water covered 70% of their planet and that humans regularly submerged themselves in it, for fun. And this? Akeem gestured toward the setting sun, her suit's radiation sensors screaming. That's sunset, Harry said softly. It's beautiful, isn't it? We actually have a whole cultural practice of stopping to watch it. Some people say it's the best part of the day. But the radiation, our skin produces melanin to protect us. Plus, a little sun exposure helps us synthesize vitamin D. We need it to stay healthy. Akeem's mind reeled. They'd adapted to use their star's radiation as a nutrient source? At the barbecue, things got stranger. Harry explained that humans consumed other Earth organisms, cooked over open flames, for sustenance. They ingested capsaicin, a chemical weapon plants developed for defense because they enjoyed the burning sensation. They fermented beverages that contained a literal poison, ethanol, for social bonding. You eat fire damage? Thax Azul asked, his translator struggling with the concept. Well, we cook our food with fire, Harry explained, flipping a burger. The Maillard reaction creates these amazing flavors. Though some cultures do eat raw fish, if that makes you feel better, it did not make them feel better. As the evening wore on and more humans arrived, Akeem observed something remarkable. They didn't just survive their world, they thrived in it. They played games in the crushing gravity, their offspring running and leaping with shocking agility. They laughed under the deadly sun. They ate food that would kill most species and drank poisons while telling stories. Your world tried to kill you at every turn, Akeem said to Harry as they watched the stars emerge. How did you not only survive but build all this? Harry considered the question, looking up at the cosmos. I guess we're stubborn. Earth gave us challenges, sure, extreme temperatures, dangerous weather, predators, diseases. But challenges make you strong. They make you creative. They teach you to work together. He turned to her, his eyes reflecting the firelight. Every obstacle we faced, we overcame. Every poison we learned to tolerate or transform. Every predator we tamed or outthought. We didn't conquer Earth. We learned to dance with it. Akeem felt something shift in her understanding. Humans weren't thriving despite their death world. They were thriving because of it. Earth hadn't created survivors. It had forged something unprecedented, a species that turned adversity into advantage, that saw a hostile universe and said, "Challenge accepted." "Commander," Thaxazul approached. "The crew is requesting permission to remove their helmets." Akeem looked at Harry, who was offering her a s'more, a confection that somehow combined combusted plant matter, melted dairy proteins, and processed sugar. "Granted," she said, and began unsealing her own helmet. The air of Earth rushed in, thick with oxygen, warm with solar heat, rich with the smells of growing things and cooking food. It should have been terrifying. Instead, with humans' laughter surrounding her and Harry's patient smile encouraging her, it felt like possibility. "So," Harry said, handing her the s'more, "what do you think? Still consider Earth uninhabitable?" Akeem took a careful bite of the strange food, her sensors analyzing the complex sugars and carbon compounds. "Against all logic and reason, it was delicious, I think," she said slowly, her skin flashing with wonder. "That we've underestimated what habitable means, and we've definitely underestimated humanity." Harry raised his drink, dihydrogen monoxide with frozen dihydrogen monoxide floating in it, "to new friendships across the stars." Akeem raised her own cup, filled with the same substance humans survived on. "To humanity," she said, "who looked at a death world and called it home." Above them, the stars shone down on Earth, a little blue marble that had forged the most terrifyingly resilient species the galaxy had ever seen. One challenge at a time, and tonight they were having a barbecue. The end.